Hello everybody! I'm back with another project for the August kit for Antivirus Grab and Craft. Today I am using this gorgeous Jolie's Boutique sticker pack called Bear Family as my inspiration, and what I thought I would do is see if I could create a scenery background for this stickers. Now I'm using my peeled paint Distress Oxide here, and I'm just inking it on with my sponge dauber, I suppose. And I'm pretty scared because I fear sticker slapping. I fear being critical of sticker slapping, and I fear being accused of sticker slapping. You know what I mean? People who just put stickers on and call it a card or call it a pocket letter. I think that that's fine for some people, and when it's done nice it looks great, but like I said, I fear it for a few different reasons. So let's see if I can pull these off to my liking, let's say. So for the background, for the top of the background, or for the sky part of this background, I decided to go to my color bursts, which if you check out my previous video, I did a whole lot of cards on how to make backgrounds with. So this is more a controlled background. So this is, I had something in mind. The stickers are of bears, and so I wanted to make a bear's natural habitat, which is kind of foresty, or like, let's just say out in the wild. So that's what I was doing with the bottom is going to be green, so it's the grass where they're sitting, and then the top is the blue sky behind them. I went back into my color burst background with Distress Oxide, and I used Faded Jeans, and I just, you know, it didn't look natural having a white sky. So not sure if this sky at this stage, I'm still thinking that looks like a really bad sky, but in a little while you don't notice the sky as much, and it actually looks pretty good anyway, I think. So bear with me if you're still like really weirded out about this sky. So I'm just getting the card down to dimensions now. I'm just about to the stage where I'm about to add the sticker, and I decided to turn the sticker package into 3 cards. So this is the first one here, where the 2 baby bears are climbing the trees, and the daddy bear is either catching the leaves or ready to catch the baby bear, who looks like he may just fall in the next scene. So but yes, I think he's catching the leaves. So I've placed all the leaves there, and I'm just putting it onto my card base here, and then I'm going to be trimming down my card so that it's just perfectly fits the card front. So far it's a pretty simple card with nothing much other than what the sticker pack gives you. So the next thing I wanted to do was just go through a few of my sentiments to find a proper sentiment for this card. I love this sentiment here. It comes from the Bo Bunny Weekend collection, which is also the paper pack that we got in the August kit. Climb more trees, it's more appropriate. And I had sitting on my desk this cute little triangle that said "You'll move mountains," and I kind of thought, well, maybe I could use it, the embellishment, as a mountain in the background, but it doesn't. I tried putting it on the horizon, below the horizon, on top of the horizon. It didn't really work, and I really wanted to have that "climb more trees" more to the right hand side, so I decided to put the "You'll move mountains" down towards the bottom, and I think that together, "Climb more trees, you'll move mountains" is an amazing sentiment to have, to live by, and to have. Just adding some grass here, and to the top of the grass I'm adding 3-dimensional Nuvo crystal drops, just to make it, just to give it a little bit of texture and kind of 3D. So I love how this card turned out. I don't like the top of the tree at the top there, and I will go back later and add some ribbon to, it feels a bit empty there. So I'll show you a bit later on in the pictures. Alrighty, so on to card 2. I divided this card into 2 with some washi tape, and this time I smooshed my paper into the peeled paint grassy grassy part of the background. Just a different way of adding a background, makes it a little bit less controlled and more natural. So I'm also just drawing in some mountains here onto a scrap piece of paper, and what I'm hoping to do is add a mountain element. Ooh, woohoo! Something different. I don't know, my mind just thinks of these things. Alright, so I'm thinking that's ground espresso. And yeah, I sponged in some mountains, so there you go, there you have it. And I'm just now blending in the green into the brown to make it look a little bit more natural. And wow, it looks really good. I did get a little bit in the white area, and I'm trying to scrub it out with just some plain water, but not to worry because I'm about to make a sky here. So I'm just about to mask off that area. I didn't want any blue bleeding into the mountains. And once again, with my color burst, going to try creating a background. How amazing this looks. I love these color bursts, are a whole lot of fun to play with. If you haven't seen my previous video where I show you a few techniques, please go ahead and I'll link you in the description box below for how I played with them. So yes, I'm just adding a little bit of color and then adding some more water and then drying it off. I'm now going in with my paintbrush here and bringing the color down to the mountains. There will be some bleeding or some fusing of the two colors, but it's not as bad as it can be. You can imagine how bad, if this went bad, you can imagine how bad this would be. But yeah, not too bad, like I pulled it off. So it's looking good. I kind of felt like I shouldn't leave any white, and you know, in hindsight now, maybe I could have left some white. It's not too bad. It doesn't have to be a perfect blue sky, Mira. But you know, when I'm arting, there's no telling me, right? Once I make that decision, I just go for it. So I've got this Impression Obsession die, which I never used last year, but I'm using all the time this year, which is really good. Anytime I want to make a forest scene, I go for this die. So I cut out these birch trees with white paper or cardstock, and then I just kind of very lightly sponged it with a brown, just so that it looks like a bit more natural. So I chose the sentiment, "Life with you is always a picnic," and this is really dedicated to my son Zane. I love that little kid, but yeah, he really challenges me, and he just makes me laugh. So whatever we do together, it's going to be alright, because Zane makes everything alright for me. I don't know, I love that little kid. So yeah, so this is Mama Bear playing with her baby Zane. I'm just using some adhesive there with my fine tip applicator. Love that, it's one of my favorite tools. And yeah, using the stickers, easy as putting it on like that. It comes with a little butterfly, which is going to go there, and I'm cutting the sentiment. It's a strip sentiment, and I'm just cutting it in thirds here, distressing the edges, inking them, just to make it fit nicely in the scene. Now I did find some puffy stickers also, more sticker slapping, I know. But I think they work really well here. The owl won't go though, so don't worry about it. I didn't put the owl on. But yeah, and I used some grass from my grass die there, and I think it looks really good. So I'll show you more a little bit later on. So card number 3, I skipped through the first 2 stages of making the green and then the mountain. You saw how I did that in the previous card. I'm now just showing you my color burst sky, dried, and then I'm just bringing it down into the dips next to the mountains there and trying to erase that straight edge from the washi tape. That's really important to make it look a lot more natural. So as you swirl the water around, it takes that away or dries on top of it, so it looks really good. So for this next one, I didn't like how the water droplets dried. You know, as you race, when I'm heat drying, I kind of race after water droplets. I know it might sound a bit crazy, but I race after them as they dry off, and that's not a good thing because it leaves a trail. So when you're trying to make a nice smooth sky, don't race after your water droplets. Alright, so for this last one, it's the mama bear and the baby bear. The mama bear is smelling the roses, and I don't know what the baby bear is smelling really, and I don't really want to think about it. So then I found this strip sentiment that said, stop and smell the roses, or stop and smell the flowers, I should say. And this was perfect. This it just had to go. It had to go with this little bear scene. So I am just about to now, yeah, so this is what I was talking about earlier. So the top of the trees don't reach up to the sky, and that really annoyed me, and it just felt empty and not right. So I cut a little bit of this wire edge ribbon, and I just filled it in, and I think it looks so much better. And so I went back and did that to the rest of the cards. Now I did play with trying to put some other stickers, flowers to match the flower sentiments, but really it was a bit too much, and it was detracting from the scenery that I had made myself, so I took that away. I'm really glad that I did. I did find some petals that I put on either side of the sentiment, which did the job really nicely. So I always tell myself, keep it simple and it will be so much better than making a big ooh-ha-ha. And yeah, so that was it. I made 3 background cards, and I used stickers, and it's not sticker slapping. Eee! So exciting. Okay, so I just really quickly wanted to put them all side by side so you can see how different they all are. I really did enjoy this this lot of cards. I think they really pushed me to use a few different elements, and I really love the brown in the background here. Like, I see how I don't have it there, and then here in the background here, the 2 of them have it. I think that's really, really special, and it's really lifting it to the next level. I did keep the embellishments a little bit down in this card here. I just wanted to leave that sky effect here, and as well I wanted to keep this section empty here so that you could see the grass slowly graduate into the hills, and yeah, and this one was all taken with stickers, which are really beautiful. There's no slapping stickers in this one. So all in all, I think it was a very successful little play. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.